Going to learn two things in this video. The first thing you're going to learn is I'm going to teach you some definitions about systems development. And then the second thing you're going to see is a 60 minutes video. I'm going to show you where to go to watch the 60 minutes video on how to design breakthrough inventions. So first thing, learning some of the terminology and definitions associated with systems development. The first definition, the first word you should know about is systems. You should just be aware of this concept of systems. So system is any way that we do something, right? And we already talked about that a little bit, but here is the exact definition that I want you to know, which is a system is elements and procedures interacting to accomplish a goal, right? So elements and procedures. So like, how do I get to work? Well, we got roads, we got cars, we got stoplights, we got stop signs, and there's procedures for using all those together, and they all interact to accomplish a goal of getting me to work. So that's a definition of a system is elements and procedures interacting to accomplish a goal. Next thing you need to know is information system. And you should be aware that when we talk about information systems, what we're talking about really is like a bunch of computers used to capture information and help a system run more effectively. And often you'll hear information systems used in the context of computers as they're used in business. And so even a lot of universities and colleges will have management information systems or an information systems department, which talks about how computers are used in business. And so you should just be aware of this term and sort of understand its place within the realm of computers and systems development and all of that. And it's a little bit different than computer science, right? So information systems, computers in business. The next thing you should know is that whenever we talk about systems development, what we're really talking about is innovation. And systems development, the cornerstone of systems development is innovation. And because we're creating a new system, we're innovating, we're getting rid of the old way of doing things, we're coming up with a new way. So it's all about innovation. The next thing you should know is systems analyst is a job position. We already went over this, where if you know computers really well and you know business really well, you could be a systems analyst. So generally a systems analyst will have like an MBA and then also maybe a master's in business administration and maybe a bachelor's in computer science and networking or something like that. And that would position you well to be a systems analyst. And then you could go to work for companies as a consultant, right? And you could go consult at other companies on what they could do to improve their systems. And there's actually courses you take to be a systems analyst too. Next thing you should know is that when we talk about systems development, you'll sometimes hear about the systems development life cycle. So if you go search for it, you'll even see systems development, and there it is, systems development life cycle. And so the systems development life cycle, if you look at these images, right? La-da, right? Here's some images, here's some images, here's some images, here's some images. But basically all they're saying here is that problem-solving process, which I already talked you through. I break this down, and this is how the book looks at it. Investigate, analyze, design, acquire, implement, maintain. So you investigate the current way people are doing things. You analyze that in a little bit more depth, right? And then you design a solution for doing it in a new way, for coming up with a new system. You acquire all of the things you're going to need for that new system, hardware, software. Then you implement the new system you've created, and then you maintain the new system and you evaluate it, is it working well? So that would be the systems development life cycle. We're also going to see that there's a programming development life cycle. And anytime we talk about life cycle, right, anytime we talk about life cycle, it's just kind of like the same way with an organic life cycle. Everything has a birth, it has a growth and a maturation, it has sort of like the middle of life phase, and then it has the declining phase, and then it dies. And that's the systems development life cycle. Because eventually you create a new system, it's going great, everybody uses it, it gains market share, and then after a while it starts to decline, and less people are using it, and it dies. So it would be an example of a system that's died already. A BlackBerry. I don't know, right? The BlackBerry phone, at one time really innovative, and now everybody has iPhones. And iPhone is more kind of like it's been introduced and it's grown and it's really saturating the market. So nobody knows how long is the life cycle going to last for tech, but all tech everything is impermanent and has a life cycle. It will eventually die. That's one of the great truths of the world, right? So what are other examples of life cycles? Like the Atari gaming system, that piece of hardware and that software, it's seen its day, it's dead. right? And there's a few relics around just out of, curiosity's sake, or it's an artifact, but that's not a viable commodity on the market anymore. So that life cycle of that product is over, right? It died. Last thing I want you to do is take a look at CBS 60 Minutes, How to Design Breakthrough Inventions. So if you go to this link here, 60 Minutes CBS, you'll see, it's going to start out with commercial, you'll see how to design breakthrough inventions. And so that really starts talking about, innovating. How do we innovate? How can we be better innovators and create the new systems of tomorrow? So those are some of the terms of systems development. And there's a little video for you about innovating and designing breakthrough inventions. So go check that out, and I'll see you in the next videos.